Blue Nemesis AMG build. See all the rock chips in the paint from racing. I'm freaking Howard Franklin. Rocks pop up. Boom. Alright, so I'm completing this system installation. I'm gonna go over some quick tips for you guys. Or some shit that's a pain in the ass, really. Alright, so take a look. We got the Android screen installed. Took the old one out. Wired the Android screen. The Android screen has, see over there in the corner, you have those USBs, and there's an auxiliary plug. The auxiliary plug I ran all the way to the back, to the trunk, to where the amp is going to be at. And then I'll go from auxiliary. I wired it up to go from auxiliary to the RCA jacks to plug right directly into the amp. Right now we got to run power to the back. So the battery's right here. I removed the battery. Boom. Move the battery bracket. First you remove the air box for the AC. Move the bracket, move the battery, move the bracket. Right underneath there's an actual hole that we're going to use that drops all the way down. It gets us down to the bottom down there. Now I'm pulling the white, this is aught gauge. Pulling the aught gauge all the way down. Underneath the Mercedes, it has like some of it's like plastic, some of it's like fiberglass combination, but it's pretty much covers underneath the whole entire car. So inside that cover, I'm gonna run the wire, so you're not gonna be able to see it from underneath the car, but it's gonna be protected inside the cover all the way to the back. We're gonna hop up into the trunk, and then once we get into the trunk, we're gonna wire it to a battery that we have in the trunk. So we're gonna wire it directly to another battery. Then from that battery is what's gonna power our amps. Here we got our highs amp and we got our lows amp. So we need a good amount of power. The system I have is way too much for this car, but this is what we're putting it in because this is what I had. I might give my son my 15 and buy a 12 or something. But I just got my son a car, and he has to be responsible enough before he put loud music in it. So this part right here is a pain in the ass. I was trying to find a spot to go in. Don't want to go in the firewall because then it's going to be more of a pain in the ass if you run it inside the car. Because then you got to get it under the carpet and hide it somewhere, and hell, it's just too much of a pain in the ass. It's easier to drop it straight down underneath the car, then tie it all the way to the frame, all the way back to the back, and then pop up in the trunk. It's the easiest way for me to do it. Anybody else got any different ways to do it, just let me know. Right, so this is a quick little tip. If you're going to put a system in, it don't have to be like a badass system like this, but any old system, if your battery's right here in the same location, pull the tray, everything, there's a hole right here that'll take you all the way down to the bottom. You're going to hit the plastic, and all you got to do is take the bolts out of the plastic, loosen up the plastic so you can fish the wire through, and then fish it all the way back. And other cars, you probably won't even have this problem because there's no under protection. So if you drop the wire through, you come straight out, and then you just zip tie it to the frame, pop back up the trunk. But this is just a little quick thing for specifically for this model, CLS 63 AMG 2012. This is a little quick tip. Put your wire in right here. I don't have to run a ground to the back, because that's, I can just ground it to the car. In the back of the car, there already has factory amps and it has a factory power source back there. But for the system that I'm running, I don't want to tap into that factory power source because it's not adequate enough. I was thinking about tapping into it just to feed the new battery, but I don't want to take that chance. I'd rather run a direct connection from this battery directly to the back battery, charge that battery, and then we'll take our power from that battery, and we're going to put our grounds in two different places. I'll get to that in a minute. Just giving you guys a quick update.